a nice surprise. Weren't expecting to see you in Glasgow. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? This is UFC, and I'm a UFC fighter. Now I'm currently in Amsterdam, enjoying time with my family, with my friends. Still on my house here. Actually, just bought a new one, and yeah, I like to watch the fights. Glasgow is like 1 hour flight away. I'm here with my good buddy, Mr. Pepper Camp. So we're just spending some quality time watching the fights.
And what fight are you most looking forward to on the card? Sorry, what fight are you most looking forward to on the card?
Well, the whole main card. I just like to. I became a fan of just watching fights, learning. You can always learn, and yeah, I have to say the Scottish fans are super enthusiastic, so that's always fun too. And yeah, just enjoying the atmosphere, the vibe.
Alistair, it's been a couple of weeks since the fight against Fabrizio Verdum.
It's been 8 days.
8 days, sorry. Excuse me. Reflection period now? Have you had a chance to look back over the fight?
Yeah, I watched it actually once. Clear first 2.5 rounds. I'm just controlling the fight. I'm scoring more points. Yeah, the last half of the last round is clearly his. I'm actually doing damage control there, not allowing him to pass my guard. I'm keeping him in between my legs because I know, you're controlling his head. There's no hard punches there. I know Fabricio is also not known for his ground and pound. So I'm just riding it out. You're fighting a top ace fighter. Fabricio is a former UFC champion. You have to kind of sometimes be smart, which is not the most attractive way of fighting. But again, you're fighting a top quality fighter, and sometimes you have to use your brain instead of your brawn.
How far away do you think you're? Obviously, you lost to Steve Day, you bounced back. What do you have to get back into that title shot?
Well, I think we're right there. The only thing that could be in my way, I believe, is Francis Ngannou. He has, I believe, a 9-fight winning streak. I'm going to be honest. What he has going for him is a 9-fight winning streak. 9 fights is 9 fights. I have 2 fights. What he does not has going for him is he has not faced any top quality opponents. So those 9 fights have basically been. I mean, the only name in that list is Andrei Arlovski, who is currently riding a 5-fight losing streak. So that's not really something to write home about. And the other thing that he has against him is he's fighting JDS. JDS is top 5. He's going to give him a really hard time. And to be honest, I don't think Francis is going to win that fight. Anything can happen, right? And we're always wanting that X factor. Oh, sorry. We always want that surprise. So maybe he can generate that surprise. But, JDS, he always comes back stronger. He's bounced back every time strong. I expect to do that again. And when that happens, nothing stands in the way of my title shot.
How do you think JDS is going to win?
How he's going to win? I think he's going to win by K. That's what he does, right? But let's not underestimate his ground game. He has everything. He's got takedowns. He has kicks now, right? The spinning axe kicks. He's got submission game. Even though he's not showing it, he has it.
Given your assessment, if obviously Ngannou does beat JDS, he's obviously a legitimate top heavyweight in the UFC. Do you think?
Well, Francis is a legitimate heavyweight anyway. He is fighting JDS, right? He's ranked. I don't know what his rank is, but he's right in there, top 10. So he's legitimate already. But I just don't see him beat JDS. I just think JDS is going to be too slick. Too seasoned, too tough. Great cardio. Is it 5 rounds, by the way? Anybody know that? It's August 15th as main event, so there's going to be 5 rounds. Francis' first 5-rounder. Yeah, it's going to be really hard fun.
Don't you think, though, with the UFC rankings, you're currently ranked number 1, and in most other sports, if you're ranked number 1, you should be legitimately, there for a title shot. That's what the rankings are supposed to be there for. So you're ranked number 1. So why aren't you getting the title shot?
Well, nobody's saying I'm not getting it, but I'm ranked 1. It's slowly drifting towards me, gliding towards me. You got to remain humble, and you got to look at the facts. Francis has 9-fight winning streak, but again, he has no big names on his list, and he's going to fight his first big name this time, and that's JDS. And I think JDS should be able to get that one with his experience and his power and his game planning. And then then we'll see what's next.
Last week, Gegard Mousasi signed for Bellator. Obviously, a lot of guys are now starting to move over there. You're very familiar with Scott Coker. Why do you think there are some guys now that are looking to A, explore free agency, and then B, also signing with Bellator?
Well, that is for everybody a very personal question. I think it all comes down to financials in the end. Yeah, and I think Gegert, he's an excellent fighter. He's a high level. We share kind of parallels. I've been a little bit more longer active, but we had our career in Japan, in Pride, and later in Dream. Great fighter, but I think in the end it's a personal question. You have to ask him. Yeah, it probably has to do with financials. I think his division was a little bit locked up as well. Maybe he has a little bit of difficulty with that as well. But yeah, that's what free agency is for.
Alistair, if or when you get back to that world title shot against Stipe Miocic, what can you do differently in the fight? What have you looked back at that fight as well? Have you a clear game plan in your mind that you're going to execute against Stipe?
Well, it's going to be different. I'm a lot fitter. I'm a lot stronger now. I ramped up my strength conditioning, fixed diet. You always, after a loss, you always look at stuff to improve. We found a bunch of stuff, and we're doing it. And we now have 2 victories with the new stuff. So it's clearly working. And yeah, the holes that Stipe exploited, he kind of he showed it, he displayed it. That was definitely something that I needed to work on. But now that I'm working on it, I definitely do think that the next fight with me and Stipe is going to be different. It's going to be a different fight. I'm more strong, and let's not forget I was really close to beating him in the first fight. Right, it was like an inch away.
And how soon would you like to fight again?
Well, October, November would be awesome for me.
Dana White mentioned that he doesn't believe you should get the title shot next and you should fight one more. And obviously, looking at the heavyweight division, the only person that seems left for you that you haven't fought is Cain Velasquez. So, does that interest you?
Yeah, that's also a possibility. If you want to become a champion, you should not shy away from any opponent. That's something that I would never do. Sometimes timing-wise, it doesn't match up. But I want to fight again October, November. If it's Cain, it's Cain. If it's Stipe, it's Stipe. We're fit, we're healthy, we're coming, and yeah, whatever.
We just wrapped up with this massive international 4-city tour for Mayweather McGregor.
Was it awesome or was it awesome?
It was a lot. It was
It
a lot
was
of fun.
awesome.
Yeah, well, talk
Were
to
you
us
there?
about it.
You were
I was
there?
in London. How did you take it all in? What were some of your highlights, and what did you think of that whole, I suppose, tour?
It was a great tour, great marketing by both. I think you can clearly hear that the fans are a little bit more on Conor McGregor's side, right? He's a little bit the people's guy. I think Mayweather has something not likable to him, but he's a formidable boxer, great record. I'm looking forward to that fight. I could not give you an honest assessment who's going to take that. I'm a UFC guy, so of course I'm going for Conor. It would be awesome if he can create the upset, but it's difficult.
I wanted to speak to you about that because you've got this massive history in MMA and kickboxing. You're one of the biggest names in combat sports. You're seeing this crossover promotion now with the UFC and boxing. Why not have Alistair Overeem versus an Anthony Joshua? Is that something that you'd perhaps like to be interested in and create this big international blockbuster event?
Well, let's not forget that I already did that, right? Or have you forgotten? You forgot. What did I do?
Well, you've been in K1. You've been a K1 champion. You've been a Dream champion.
He knows it. He knows it.
Champion.
But listen, the Strikeforce and the Dream is MMA.
Yep.
But K1 to me was a crossover because it's of course only striking. You're fighting the best strikers in the world. It actually came about because Bader came in my cheers. Bader came in the ring after I beat Krokop, and he started challenging me. And it's kind of funny how that went. The Japanese had their ways. I was going to get the rematch with Krokop for New Year's Eve. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks before, yeah, that fight's not happening, but we have Badahari for you in a kickboxing match. Okay, strange. But you know what? I'm trained. Let's go for it. And we went for it, and I beat him. And that actually kind of catapulted me into the K1. I never had the intention of doing it. But I kind of liked it. I loved it. And I didn't win the first tournament, but I won the second one. But it was a great experience. And it all came from, by accident, per accident it came. But I liked it, and I believed in myself. I went for it, and got me the K1 title.
I haven't forgotten what you've done. What I'm saying is in 2017...
It bothers him. It bothers him.
In 2017, what Mayweather and McGregor are doing right now, this would be a whole different beast. And considering how much of a big name Anthony Joshua is here in the UK, you're a European fighter too. I'm just saying it would make a blockbuster event, and obviously probably the biggest payday of everyone's career.
I'll tell you something. I don't shy away from challenges. Does Anthony Joshua shy away from challenges? I don't know. He can come in the UFC. That would be great, right? To me, I'm not personally not looking for new challenges. I already had all that. My challenge is UFC Championship. I'm right there. Let's not forget Conor McGregor is the lightweight champion and the bantamweight champion. So he has, he's already at the highest in the UFC. So for him to look elsewhere, it's like it's natural, it's organic. For me, let me focus on UFC first before I start floating around and do other stuff. That for me is the highest attainable. And boxing with whoever, they can come to UFC, but they're not going to do that.
The UFC will be in Rotterdam.
They're not going to come to UFC. They're going to be boring. They're going to stay where they are. And the other thing is, why do we have to go to them? I did it already. Why do I have to go into... Let him do his boxing thing. I'm going to do UFC. Let me focus on UFC Championship. And if he wants to fight, then he can come to me. Boom.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Nice.